Welcome to my journey to Arizona. This is walking through the airport. They have like a little type of aquarium that keeps, I guess, kids busy. I walked through there very quickly, and then I tried to go look for my gate before I walked through the airport. We have lots of little places that you can eat and shop while you're waiting for the plane. And I didn't buy anything because I didn't really need anything, but I just kept walking to look for my area where I was going to be waiting for my plane. That is a sign being in Ontario, California. I passed that and I went over to a little restaurant just to check it out. Really didn't buy anything. It was early in the morning. I wasn't hungry, but I found it pretty interesting that they have this parking lot for your pet dog or vet. It was mostly for dogs, and here you have a little station where they can use the facility. And then there is some trash bags that you can toss your waste in, share your photo there. And that was pretty interesting to me. I went back to see the plane had arrived and it was stationed waiting, to be cleaned. We did have some cookies and coffee on the plane. It was early enough. And there we are, up and at 'em. Wasn't too far, about an hour in flight. And then I got to Arizona, and that was pretty fun. Arriving at the airport, very large airport.
Well, as you can see, I have arrived. I am waiting. Okay, guys, I'll see you later.
Right after I arrived, my cousin took me out to lunch, thank you, cuz. Then we went over to the fabric store. This is the #1 fabric store that we went to, Queen Sewing and Fabric Center. It is huge, very huge. Not as big as the second one that we went right before I left Arizona. But they have material that I did not ever see here where I live. Joanne's didn't have any of this that I remember, or Hobby Lobby doesn't have any of it that I can think of. They have little kits that you can put together. That was fun to look at. I did like all of the different themes that they have around. Here is my room where I stayed. Again, thank you, cousins, for accepting me in your home. These are the 2 new friends I made, the puppies, doggies, Grillo and Chicle. That was my coffee mug, and believe me, it was huge. Wednesday morning, I had a smoothie. That's my green smoothie. And I was looking at the time, and I noticed that the temperature was very cold. I was bundled. I was comfortable. Got my coffee, and I went over to the living room to sit down and relax with my new friends. You can see both of them there. I had my tablet. This is my outfit and my bed, how I put it out to relax and do some journaling. Thursday, let's jump into Thursday. This will be my outfit. Cozy, warm, comfortable, and stretchy. Afternoon walk. It was about a 5-mile walk, round trip. We ended up going to get our pedicure. And we decided, let's walk over and get it done, and then we can come back and enjoy the afternoon. So we did end up doing that. Here's a pretty version of what our feet look like. So you can see the doggy. Then we took the walk back. That was pretty comfortable walking. Here's my cousin, but in reality she's my sister at heart. Friday, we ended up going to get breakfast. My cousin took me out. She spoiled me all week. And here is the big SAS fabric store. They are huge. I won't put you through the terror of walking through the whole thing. I kind of sped it up. This is me being silly. And then we walked through the rest of the store looking at everything. I felt like I was at Disneyland. For you guys who like to go to Disneyland, the feeling that you get when you're at Disneyland, that is the same feeling for me at this fabric store. In the next video, I will be sharing the fabrics that I bought. I didn't want to make this video too long. It is pretty long, but they have every kind of fabric that you can imagine. Now, some of the fabrics are pretty expensive, but I cannot find them in my area. Here I am. My cousin took this little picture of me. She snuck a photo. And then here's more of the fabric. I believe all this was outdoor fabric. This was the panel I did get. And some of the stuff in my shopping cart I left only because I was trying to think of what I really wanted to buy that I was going to use immediately. My cousin's not far. I can go visit her and, go shopping again. I'm pretty sure she's excited about going back to the fabric store.
Later that evening, we ended up going to somewhere I haven't gone in a very, very, very long time. My cousins decided to take me to the casino. A casino where they don't smoke inside. And that was one of my pet peeves when we did go. Those are my cousins. And that's me in the back, the older lady. Those are the real photos of us at the casino. Walked around, picked a couple of machines, decided to play one game, lost, I walked away, and that was it. I'm not a big player, but I enjoyed the time that I spent with my cousins. My cousin put up with me all week long, going to the fabric store. I think we went over to a thrift store as well. And then, just her going to the fabric stores. I think we spent 3 hours at one fabric store. That was pretty extensive. So we did go to the casinos. We had fun. We had a blast. I did not spend all night there because I did have to go, to sleep. The next morning was the day we were I was going to play a hike. Saturday morning, we decided to take the hike. That was a 340-step hike to the top. Me and her both made it. Both up and down. There's my cousin. So proud of you, cuz. So that is the hike picture that I took from the internet. But that is my real photo there, all the way at the top where we ended up. And there is a sign that was telling us, what to do, what not to do. The map of the mountain that we decided, let's go ahead and take it. That is a beautiful view from the top, knowing that we got it done, that we actually made it all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. It wasn't that easy and it wasn't hard. I would say for a slow walker, it was good. I enjoyed it. I love the views. And I enjoyed the time that I spent with my cousin. There's another view of us up there on top of the mountain, looking down from the top. These are memories that are going to last for so long. I wish I had photos of us when we were little, but I grew up being close to her. I'll spend the night over there. Oh, this is the lunch afterwards. The menudo that we had after our hike. Went to the store, got some, and brought it home. We didn't make it, but it was delicious. I really enjoyed that menudo. That's us. One of the Walmarts had that, and I had to take a picture.
Time to say goodbye. I'm already packing, getting ready this afternoon. I leave.